Give me a second, y'all. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear? Okay. All right. Give me a second, okay? Give me a second. All right, y'all. Give me a second. Ugh. Hey, y'all. Ciao. Woo! Been a long day, y'all. Been a long day. How y'all Monday going? How's everybody Monday? Hey, Dami. LaShonda. Hey, everybody. LaShonda. Email me if you want to come on for a few minutes. I know you might be tired of talking about what happened last week. And if you are, I understand. But if you feel like talking for a few minutes, email me and I can send you the link. Okay, Mr. Pimp Tight. All right. I like that name. Pimp Tight. Okay. Hey, little baby. How y'all doing? All right. All right. Sorry, y'all. Ooh, I was in the middle of doing something and I looked up and I said, oh, shit. Ebony had emailed and texted me and everything. And I was like, oh, damn. Let me get myself together. How y'all doing? How are y'all doing today? Hello, everyone. Honey. See, my hair look a hot mess. I got caught in the rain today. Not on purpose. Sure. How y'all doing today? Everybody have a good Monday? Everybody having a great Monday? Oh, Lord. Hey, Regina. Oh, okay. Got a visit from Potential Bay. Okay, we had to talk, girl. You got to tell me about Bay. Hey, Miss Mars. Yeah, it's Monday, honey. It is Monday. Hey, Deirdre. Okay. All right, I think I spoke to everybody. I don't want to miss nobody. How y'all doing? Hey, Justin, how you doing? Hey, Boo. How you doing today? And Justin, I couldn't see all of the comments yesterday when we were live. I couldn't see all the comments. And so I think you, was it you that said something? Oh, shoot, y'all. Damn it. I messed up my nail. I'll be so glad I get my nails done tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, but this week. Maybe I will go get them done tomorrow. I'll see how I feel when I get off work. Were you the one that was asking me about my skin? Oh, you learning a new... Kels, hey, boo. I'm glad you were able to catch me live. How you doing? Yes, I know you work a lot. I'm glad you were able to catch me. You and Regina Wood. Both y'all were able to come through today. Oh, my goodness. Okay, Justin. Well, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for the compliment. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have no regimen. You know, some people do a bunch of stuff. I don't have no regimen. When I was younger, I had acne really bad. It just sort of cleared up. It just sort of cleared itself up. I don't know. But thank you though. But yesterday I did actually have on foundation. So you might have been seeing that. I actually had on foundation yesterday. And I don't wear foundation every day. Like I don't have on any foundation right now. But I did have on some yesterday. So That might have been part of it. I put on a little makeup yesterday. You know, I was going out and meeting with the folks, you know, so I had to put a little makeup on yesterday. I had a little blushy blush, a little, you know, foundation and stuff. Child, let me tell you about these nails. The last time I got my nails done, y'all know I keep like color and stuff. And the last time I got my nails done, I did that foil. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like you can do the foil designs. And it just did not last. It just did not last. And so I ended up just taking it all off. But by that time, I didn't want to get a new color because my nails had started growing out, but they hadn't grown out enough for me to get a refill. So I was like, I just have to wait until they grow out enough for me to get a refill. You know what I'm saying? And in the interim, now, like just now, I just looked up and the acrylic done chipped on this one. Damn it. Oh, well, it is what it is. Hey, Jess, what story is crazy? What? How was El Teddy rubbing off on me? What'd I do? Hey, surprise around the corner. I'm glad you caught me too, boo. What'd I do? Hey, Cookie. How is El Teddy rubbing off on me, Lord? I don't know how. That can't be good. That can't be good. That El Teddy. Oh, shoot. Y'all got this. So I keep this table in my living room when I'm grading papers. You can always tell when it's school season because this table is up in my living room so I can sit in front of the TV and grade papers. During the week, it ended up just being a place where I just put stuff. Child. And that's what I was doing. I was actually I was flirting. Yeah, well, I'm a flirt anyway. I don't flirt like El Teddy flirt, but I am a flirt. And I usually don't mean it. When I flirt with people, I'm just flirting. Like I really don't mean it. Like I'm really not serious. But that's what I was doing. I was grading papers and I was trying to hurry up and finish up what I was doing, that little section that I was doing. See, you done spoke his name. You done talked about him like Beetlejuice. You say his name and he show up. Well, thank you, Justin. I appreciate it, baby. I appreciate it. The bullying story. Oh, when I told y'all that story about my bully a few weeks ago, child. Not falls out of bushes, child. I don't know why you over there in the other side of 40. Okay, the other side of 40, yes. Hey, girl. She tried to take your man out. Who? Well, look, which one? You talking about Deshaun? You talking about Jaded Nerd? You talking about Rebel Son? Well, who you talking about? Which one of his men? I should ask. Which one? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kalani, for the super chat. I appreciate you, boo. Thank you, baby. You love me and Spiller Boy, child. I love Spiller Boy too. That's my boo. That is my boo. With his crazy self. That's my boo. So, y'all know, I had deprived y'all last week because I had one of them long weeks, honey. You think the rebel son? I was flirting with Rebel Son. I was. Rebel Son is a cutie. I mean, I know he don't swing from my side of the fence, but honey, I think Rebel's a little cutie pie. Think he's a little cutie pie. Mm-hmm. But let me tell y'all something. Deshaun is a little cutie pie too, and Jada Nerd be trying to act like Jada Nerd's a little. Look, I enjoyed myself yesterday with the gentleman because y'all didn't see Deshaun. Deshaun was with us earlier, but he ended up having to go to work. And we had a good time. Okay, let's go there. All right. That's it. Other side. That's right. Keeping me on topic. So my first hashtag of the day. Is it my first hashtag? Is my first hashtag Stacey Dash? So Stacey Dash, right? Now we hadn't heard from Stacey Dash since she got fired from Fox News, right? So Stacey Dash got arrested today or late last night. You're right. You are a 4-bit whore, not a 2-bit whore. You're a 4-bit whore. Stacey Dash got arrested last night. Or early this morning. I didn't pay attention. TMZ is reporting that for domestic abuse. Now, when I went on to further read the story says that it was self-defense, that her husband had hit her because first of all, she married this guy like in April. Nobody really, it was like a whirlwind thing. They kind of got married in secret. He's a lawyer they live down in Florida. And so they've only been married since April. So we're talking about 6 months, give or take, 7-8 months, give or take. And supposedly the TMZ story reads as though she was just defending herself. However, what I know to be a fact is when there's a domestic dispute, or not even just a domestic dispute, any type of assault, the police generally tend to arrest the person that looks like they have the least amount of damage. So if you get into a fight with somebody, even though you started it, if that other person whoops your tail, that's the person that's going to generally get arrested, at least until they can sort all the mess out. But in the immediate interim, the person that got the best of them, you know what I'm saying? That's the person who ends up the aggressor. Thank you. Well, at least the perceived aggressor, because the perceived aggressor is the person who, is the least beat up. But that's not always necessarily the case. You just might have picked on somebody that could whoop your tail. You might have just made a bad decision about who you were going to go after. But that's what the police have to do, or that's what they do. And so in this case, that's who they arrested, because when they got there, her husband looked like he had been beat up, which I think she did beat his tail. But from what it sounds like was that she was defending herself, that he came after her first and he assaulted her first. It just so happens that she bit him and scratched him. And when the police got there, he had bite marks and he had scratches on him. And so they arrested her. Now she is on a $500 bond, which, $500 bond ain't nothing. I shouldn't say it like that, but it shouldn't be a problem for her. Let me put it that way. Right. She was the one that called 911. Now, most people don't call 911 on themselves. Now, I know it happens, but most people don't do that. And so that's what happened. Now, a lot of people don't really have a whole lot of sympathy for Miss Stacey Dash. And I'm just reporting what I've seen. I'm not saying I feel or I agree or disagree with this. But a lot of people aren't having a whole lot of sympathy with Miss Stacey Dash because of her political views. Now, I don't think that somebody's political views should stop you from having compassion from them going through a situation. He's white and she's black. Well, she alleges that he put her in a chokehold, and then the cop asking if the cuffs were too tight. Yeah, I saw the cop asking if the cuffs were too tight. I was like, if she wasn't famous, if she wasn't famous, you think they would care about her? Matter of fact, if she was famous, wasn't famous, if she wasn't famous, they would purposely have put them damn cuffs on too tight. Child. You don't have nothing for Kalani. Kalani said she'll get stuff from me. Vovo, not her half white side. Hey, Queen Star, how you doing, baby? Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Let me say this to you. I do not have a lot of sympathy for, I didn't have sympathy for her when Fox News fired her, because I was like, they used you. They used you to have a black person up there to speak out against the Democrats and to speak in favor of Trump. And as soon as they got what they wanted, they no longer needed your services. So no, I didn't have any sympathy for her when she got fired from Trump. Well, Fox, Trump, same thing. No, I didn't have no sympathy for her ass. But I don't think anybody deserves to get beat up either. Domestic battery is domestic battery. But I understand why people would say, Stacey has been canceled in my book a long time ago, not just because of her political views, but the negative stuff that she seems to say concerning the black community as a whole. Yeah, Kels, I don't disagree with you at all. I definitely have canceled Stacey Dash a long time ago. I do. Again, well, hey, Nicole, thanks for running in, boo. Thanks for coming through. Yeah, and again, y'all, I honestly, El Teddy, you still in them bushes? What are you doing? In that moment, she was just like us all without the police. Well, yeah. Oh, she definitely understood what it was like to feel like them people that she act like she was better than. Yeah. Oh, she definitely got a little taste of that last night. A little taste. The police showed up because when you look, they didn't know who she was. She talking about I'm Stacey Dash. I was in Clueless. If you got to go back to a movie you did 30 years ago, I'm just saying. If you have to go back to a movie you did 30 years ago, I mean, you a grandmama. You are a grandmama at this point. If you have to use that as your calling card, I'm just saying. This is a situation where you go, oh, and then 4 seconds later, shrug your shoulders and go on with your day. Now that I can agree with. I can be like, oh, so what's for dinner? Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Abby. Yeah, I'm with you, girl. I'm with you on that one. I'm definitely with you on that one. That was, yep. Like, oh, okay. LaShonda, are you still in here, boo? I don't know if you were just running through or if yeah, this is her 4th husband. The cop said anything else, I holler. Because think about it, y'all. That cop might not even been born when Clueless came out. He probably wasn't even born. Hey, Rochelle Perkins. I don't think Alicia Silverstone. I think that was her still hanging on to the clue. Well, Alicia Silverstone has had a whole career. I mean, Alicia Silverstone could talk about Aerosmith videos. Alicia Silverstone could talk about the show she did last year that only stayed on for 1 season. I reviewed it for my channel, American Woman, which was loosely based on Kyle, the lady off of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I mean, she's had a whole ass career. Alicia Silverstone, you pull up her IDMB page. Is that it? Abby, her IMBD page, whatever it's called. I'm sure it's a lot longer than Stacey Dash's. I'm just saying. I'm thinking 4th husband and wondering about the wrong thing in all of this. Oh. Hey, Andrea Lynch, how you doing, baby? She probably should have led. You know what, Abby, you're right. She probably should have led with "I worked for Fox News." That might have got her more sympathy than I was included. You're right. That is probably where she should have led. Her lead-in should have been "I work for Fox News," especially since she's in Florida. See, Ted, you still at work, boo? You work hard for the money. Oh, thank you, Kels. See, thank you. Thank you. Hey, David, how you doing, babe? But you are right about Kyle Richards. Thanks, little baby. Yeah, you watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills with me, girl. Yeah. Now the show only stayed on for 1 season, but I'm saying it's a pay. She has had a paycheck within the last 12 months from acting. I don't think Stacey Dash could say the same. That's all I'm gonna say about. That's all I'm saying. I mean, that's all I'm saying. But you're right, Ebony. I think that her lead-in should have been. I work for Fox News, especially in Florida. And then maybe the second thing she should have said is "Make America Great Again." Maybe that would have gotten her some consideration. I don't know. Okay. But let me see if Trump gonna make a phone call for you like he made for ASAP Rocky. I'm just saying. I'm just wondering. Not ASAP Rocky. It was 21 Savage. I said ASAP. No, yeah, ASAP Rocky. ASAP Rocky was the one that was in jail, right? Over in Singapore or something like that, right? Child, especially down there in Florida. You start talking about some "Make America Great Again" and I voted for Trump, honey. They probably would have, honey, they would have arrested her husband. They'd have been like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am." Child. It was ASAP. I don't know why I get them two mixed up. I always seem to get ASAP Rocky and 21 Savage mixed up. Don't ask me why. Probably because I don't really listen to their music, so I don't know one from the other. Probably, honey, probably. But yeah, so yeah, okay. Well, I guess I see how the room feel. About that. I guess I see that y'all ain't feeling her. Y'all ain't feeling her. Okay. All right. Oh, she's on a TV show right now, Alicia Silverstone, The Babysitter's Club. That's based on the books, the little books from back in the day. Oh, I did not know that. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't there a story about her a few months ago, maybe last year, about her being broke and her ex-husband or boyfriend was taking care of her? Yeah, I remember hearing about her being broke. I do remember that. And my response to that was, are we all? He'd be like, I don't know her ass. Okay. Yes, I did. Now, let me tell you something. I'm a little too old for the Babysitter's Club. Okay, Miss Mars. So I'm a little older than you. But I'm going to tell you the books that I used to read growing up. Sweet Valley High. I used to love all them Sweet Valley High books. Now, granted, I don't think they had a black friend the whole time I read the series. Hey, Shay Johns. I don't think they had no black friends. But I used to love those books. And a new one would come out every month. Honey, like clockwork. Now, I'm going to say this though. I was a little bit smart about mine. I didn't go buy the book every month, okay? I would either go to the library. Notice how I didn't add my DC accent to that. I didn't say library. That's DC. That's my DC accent, library. I gave y'all proper. I went to the library. Or one of my good friends' mom, it's funny. One of my good friends' mom used to read the Sweet Valley High books. Don't ask me. Don't know. But she read the Sweet Valley High books. And when I would go over her house, her mother had every single book from like the first one all the way down. And she would let us borrow them, but we better not lose one. Okay. She would be really upset if we did not bring one back. Okay. They're filming it right now and it comes out next year. Oh, wow. I did not know that. Okay. She owed back taxes in February. Child. Justin, I grew up reading Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys. Those were my brother's books, but I read them. I'm a reader. I used to read anything you put in front of me, so I'm a reader. Hey, The Voice, how you doing, baby? You loved them too? Yeah, that was those were my books, honey. Sweet Valley High, them twins. The good and the bad, honey. The good twin and the bad twin. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Abby, look, I never really read the books, but I'm sure that it's an audience for it because there are a lot of people who did. Hey, Lady Nika. Hi, girl. Hey, boo. Nancy Drew, that was your girl. Yeah, I remember Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys. I remember reading those books. Y'all know who see, this is how I get off topic. Y'all know who I used to love too? Now, this was when I was like in elementary school. Encyclopedia Brown. Did y'all like Encyclopedia Brown books? I used to love Encyclopedia Brown books. And you could go to the back. He would solve all the mysteries. And then you had to go to the back and read how he solved the mystery. And then I would always get mad at myself because sometimes I could figure it out and sometimes I couldn't. And I used to get mad when I couldn't figure out how he solved that damn mystery. I didn't know Stacey Dash built her a poorhouse. Child. Yes, she did. Sweet Valley High, Junie B. Jones, V.C. Andrews, Stephen King, John Grisham, Snap. Now, John Grisham, I loved me some John Grisham. I don't love John Grisham as much as I used to, although his last couple of books, he's starting to redeem himself. Because if you read John Grisham's first couple of books they started turning his books into movies, they are so good. But then it seemed like he started writing for the movie, because if you read his earlier books, you will see where the screenwriters changed parts of his book. And so I think he was in the mindset of, well, rather than them come and change the story, I'll just write it the way they want me to write it. And they weren't as good. But it seems like now, maybe because they're not making as many of his movies into books like they were. Books into movies. It seems like now he's sort of gotten back to his original formula. And the last couple of books I read by him were really good. They were really good. Choose Your Own Adventure books. I didn't really get into those as much, Teddy. I don't know. I didn't really get into those as much. But you know what, little baby, I did used to read the encyclopedia. I did. I was one of those kids that used to read the encyclopedia. I would just get bored and pick up a letter and just read it. I did read the encyclopedia. Okay, Queen Star. When he started having his books made into movies, yeah, they did. Exactly. Okay, so I'm not the only one who felt like that. Cause see, me and my mom both read, and we exchange books and stuff all the time, and we said the same thing. We both were like, okay, his books are not. He's writing for the movie now instead of writing for his audience. You know what I'm saying? He's writing for the book, but he's gotten back to it now, Lady Nika. If you haven't gone back and picked up any of his books, go back and pick up his last couple of books, because he's actually writing again for like the way he was, in my opinion. The one book I read by him was so good. A couple of maybe around this time last year. It was so good. It was so good. Was it the sequel to A Time to Kill? It was the sequel to A Time to Kill. Now, it's not a sequel like it's like they pick up those characters. It's just the lawyer. It's just the lawyer, and he has another case. But it's like fast forward. It's like 5 years later or 7 years later after A Time to Kill, and he has a different case. But it is so good. It is so good. If you haven't read it, pick it up, y'all. Hey, Raphael, how you doing? Hey, Rochelle. I used to read a lot of childhood mysteries as a kid, but I grew up and didn't read as much. I didn't really get back into reading until I became an adult and started reading adult novels. Kimmy the movie? What Kimmy the movie? Oh, thank you, Miss Mars. Yes. Now I'm gonna tell you. Somebody said earlier that something busted up their childhood. Let me tell you what busted up my childhood. Okay. Because I always love to read, and because I like to read, my mom didn't really. When I started reading like Harlequin romances, my mother probably started letting me read romance novels probably before the average person would. But my mother knew that I legitimately just like to read, and those are the books that were around the house. So I would just pick up books that were around the house, and they were her books. So it was either Harlequin romance or her books. You know what I'm saying? Now look, Lady Nika, I'm gonna see who in my age group and older is gonna remember this. Let me tell y'all what busted up my childhood. Do y'all remember? Now this was back in the day when they used to have movies of the week, and they would have miniseries that would come on, right? Do y'all remember the miniseries Lace? I'm gonna see how many of y'all are with me. Do y'all remember the miniseries Lace? Lace was about 3 friends and they were at a boarding school, and they were 3 friends, and all of them they had this pact about losing their virginity or something. I don't remember every detail, but I'm telling you what I remember. And one of them ended up getting pregnant, and they gave the baby up for adoption, but nobody ever said which one of them actually had the baby. We don't know which one of them actually had the baby. And the movie Lace was about the daughter, who ended up becoming like this big porn star and stuff, looking for her mama, and she wanted revenge on her mother giving her up for adoption. That's what Lace was about. The miniseries came out on I don't even remember now. I ain't gonna lie. I can't tell you whether it was NBC, ABC, or CBS. Okay. I read that book. And the book, honey, got down and dirty. But I remember I read that book. And again, I think it was probably a book my mama had laying around. And I had looked at the miniseries on TV. Well, at least as late as I could, because I had a bedtime. I had to be in bed by like 9 o'clock. So I'm sure it went off at 10. So I kept missing. This before DVRs. If you missed it, you just missed it. Okay. So I missed parts of it because I wasn't allowed to really look at it till 11 o'clock. And hey, Jaded. And I think that I really think my mom had the book. I remember reading that book, baby. Now, you talk about busting up my childhood. I had questions, okay? Because I could read the book, but when it got to certain things and certain situations, I was like, what? And I couldn't ask my mama, right? I knew it was sexual, but I didn't know what it meant, and I ain't want to ask my mom. But child, you talking about busting up somebody's childhood. I read that thing. Child. Anybody remember Lace but me? Lace was probably in the 80s. It must have been like late 80s, early 90s. I can't put it was late 80s. It was late 80s. You just Googled lace. Did it come up? Did it come up? You doing the video about Stacey Dash, honey? Yes, that's old school. It was old school, but I mean, when I think about the book that really took me from, yep, Lady Nika remember, yep, she was looking for her mom. But when I think about a book that sort of took me from that Harlequin romance moment where you have like that formula, that stated formula and all of that, to like some down and dirty, like, yeah, baby. And then I started reading Sandra Brown. Do y'all know any of y'all know Sandra Brown? I like Sandra Brown too. Then I started reading Sandra Brown, and let me tell you the book I read by her. And they turned this into a movie. It was with Don Johnson, and I can't remember who the person that played the lead female character, but I remember Don Johnson played the guy. Slow Heat in Heaven, baby. That's exactly. And heaven, it was a play on words because heaven was a place in somewhere down south. It was a town called Heaven. So it was called Slow Heat in Heaven, but they were talking about this child. Now Sandra Brown is a big time writer now, and she probably got 50 million novels. But y'all going back to that Slow Heat in Heaven. Y'all read that first one. Y'all going back to that one. I'm on my illegal movie streaming site looking for the movie. They don't have lace. Man, Phoebe Cates. Yep, it was before Phoebe. Matter of fact, that's what put Phoebe Cates on the map. That was before she did Gremlins and everything else. That was her first really big acting job. Yes, it was. That's exactly what it was. Hey, Mama Six. Now, I like Sandra Brown. My mom loves Fern Michaels. Now, Fern Michaels don't do it for me. Fern Michaels don't do it for me. No disrespect. But Fern Michaels is a lot more tame. She has some good stories, but they real tame. If I'm over my parents' house and I pick up a book, I'll pick up one of my mother's books. But see, my mama got a Kindle now, so I can't just go through there and pick up one of her books no more. Hey, Life with Lolo, how you doing, baby? But go on and watch Grey's Anatomy with the baby. I ain't mad at you. I understand. Hold on, y'all. Now they got everything on these illegal streaming. They don't have lace. Shoot. And then they did Lace 2, which was about finding the father. Lace 2 wasn't as good. You could tell that they were just trying to build on the popularity of the movie. But see, here's the trailer. It's on YouTube. It was. Now, YouTube done blocked some stuff. It was 1984. I went to the IMDb page. It was in 1984. You can get it on Amazon.com. I'm not telling nobody to go buy it. I ain't telling y'all to do that. But it says here that it's on YouTube. It says watch the complete miniseries on YouTube. It was posted in 2009, so that means it's probably gone. It ain't on there no more. Y'all know how YouTube will shut it down. But yeah, Lace the miniseries. If it is on YouTube, I might go back and watch it. You know how you watch stuff after the fact and you be like, it wasn't as good as it was when you were a kid. It may not have made the digital trans. Hey, Danielle, how you doing? Sex, Lies, and Murder? Was that a TV show? I feel like it was a TV show. Or no, I'm thinking about Dirty Money. Sex, Lies, and Murder. No, it's not called Midnight Lace. It's just called Lace. It's just Lace. Hey, Jacqueline. Hey, Trisha. Hey, boo. Storm of the Century. Now, I don't know that one. I don't know Storm of the Century, Lady Nika. I don't know that one. I might have to look that one up too. Y'all taking me back. Hold up. I'm looking up something for you right now. Justin, hold up. Y'all know who else I like? I like David Baldacci. My favorite. Hold on, y'all. My favorite writer right now of all is Beverly Jenkins. Now, I love Beverly Jenkins, and I recommend anything by her. Anything Beverly Jenkins has ever written, I recommend. Okay. Let me tell y'all the name of the book. I'm looking through my my audiobook list because I like listening to books audiobook. It's called Sycamore Road. That's John for those of y'all that were asking about the sequel to A Time to Kill. It's called Sycamore Road. It's called Sycamore Road, and it is so good. Anybody who's a John Grisham fan, it really reminded me of, I really feel like he went back to his roots with this one. It was really good. I thought it was really good. A lot of twisted turns, stuff you don't see coming. I've never been able to really read Stephen King, y'all. I know everybody loves Stephen King. I love Beverly Jenkins. Queen Star, you know my girl Beverly Jenkins. Let me tell y'all something. Everybody in this chat right now, if you have not read anything by Beverly Jenkins, you need to go right now. Amazon, library, audiobook, whatever. I don't care what book you Google. I don't care what you put in Beverly Jenkins. I don't care what the first book that pop up, read it. Now, if I'm going to give you a recommendation, my recommendation is that the first book you read by Beverly Jenkins is Indigo. It's a book called Indigo. And I think that was her first major book published. I think she had written some novellas before that. Or, no, that's not, no. Night Song, I think, was her first book. I think Indigo was like her second or third book. You know what? I liked Zane for a minute, but Zane got to be a little bit much, y'all. She got to be a little bit much. And y'all want to know what's funny? Zane's mom, I'm a member of a teacher sorority. It's a historically Black teacher sorority, and her mom was in my chapter. Her mom passed away last year, but her mom was in my chapter, honey. And when I tell you she bragged on her daughter, honey, she loves her daughter. What she should have. I don't mean that in a bad way. That didn't come out right. But she bragged on her daughter, honey. I guess from the point of view of that, you know, her mom read her books, right? Sorry, y'all. That was a text coming through. Daniel Black. Hold on, let me write him down. Y'all be giving me some good stuff. Hold on, let me write Daniel Black down. Daniel Black. Now, Elin Harris, let me tell you something. I have read all of Elin Harris's books, but they were so long ago. I just got finished saying that I think I'm going to go back and get them on book on tape and listen to them in order from beginning. Because I've read all of his books, but I started reading Elin Harris in college, and that was a long time ago. But yeah, I do love her. Love Elin Harris. You said Daniel Black. Okay. There was an author, maybe y'all know. I cannot remember this man's name. I cannot remember his man's name. No, Zane is a woman. And when you see her, if you read Zane's books and then you see Zane, you'll be like, what? Zane, because Zane lives near me. She lives in Baltimore, or right outside of Baltimore. Zane looked like a librarian. When you see her, you'll be like, she does not write that soft porn that you would not think it is her. But baby, look, Righteous Gemstones, whoever got me on them Righteous Gemstones, I'm gonna get y'all. That show is funny as hell. I'm not caught up though. I'm behind a couple of episodes, but when I tell you that thing is hilarious to me, they are ridiculous. See, that's my kind of humor. That kind of humor, I can laugh at that kind of humor all day long. I don't do like slapstick humor, but that I can laugh at that all day long. She ain't in no closet, Justin. She just a freak. I don't think if you ever read a Zane book, I don't think there's nothing in the closet about Miss Zane. Kels, I do need to reread. Maybe I'll make that part of the book club. Maybe we'll put one of Elin Harris's books in the book club. I already know what the next book is, but maybe the third book, we could do an Elin Harris book. Hey, Alan Thick. It's all about Lexington Steel. Anyway, somebody, Dark Chocolate, hey, boo. Somebody else just came in. Tamika McMillan, hey, babe. Anybody else I missed? Oh, Sylvia's in here. Carolyn, okay. Oh no, Brenda L. Thomas, The Velvet Rope. That sound nasty. I don't. What you mean? I ain't gonna be interested, girl? What you talking about? I'm be interested. Brenda. What's her last name? L. Thomas. Yeah. I didn't say I ain't read the books. I just said after a while, Zane was a lot. But I'll read it for research purposes. Eric Dickerson. You mean Eric? Give me a title, Eric Dickerson. Give me a title. You're right. It's the quiet ones. You're right. Mary Morrison. I've read. Okay, so it's an author. I like Diane McKinney Whetstone too. I love her. It's an author. It's a guy. I know it's a man, and I know that he is out of Philadelphia. He's not a major writer, or he might be by now, but he's a Black writer. He's out of Philadelphia because all of his books are set in Philadelphia, and he does a lot of it's very reminiscent of like a Donald Goines, because he talks about a lot of his books deal with drugs and, you know, crack and that kind of thing. And I want to say the book that I read by him, I read like 2 or 3 books by him. My sister-in-law, she lives in Philly, and I got them from her, but I can't remember his name, and I keep forgetting to ask her. But because I think one of his books was like Pipe Dream or something like that. It was about drugs. It was about crack. But if any of y'all know who I'm talking about, drop it in the chat. Because Eric Jerome Dickey. I know Eric Jerome Dickey. Omar Tyree. You know what? Omar Tyree, he lost me. For me, Omar Tyree is hit or miss for me. Some of his books I could deal with, and some of his books, he's hit or miss for me. But Omar Tyree, I want to say, didn't he go to A&T? Hey, girl. Hey, Danny. Didn't Omar Tyree go to A&T? Bad Men and Wicked Women is a good read by Eric Jerome Dickey. Yeah, I haven't read an Eric Jerome Dickey book in a while. He kind of fell off for me too. It's been a while since I've read an Eric Jerome Dickey book. But I'll read him. You know, I will read him. Oh, that's who you talking about, Jacqueline? Hold on. Are you talking to me, or are you talking to somebody in the chat? Jacqueline Glover, you talking to me? That's who you were talking about? Oh, that's who you were talking about, Eric Jerome Dickey. Okay. It's still on YouTube. Oh, I'm watching Lace this weekend. I am watching Lace this weekend. Let me see what I got to do this weekend. I do have something to do on Saturday, but I could watch it when I get home. Sunday, I ain't watching the Redskins because the Redskins play the New England Patriots, and that's just going to be a fucking bloodbath. I refuse. So yes, I'm watching it this weekend. Ooh, that's going to be good. Y'all might do a review of Lace 40 years later. Pipe Dream. Solomon Jones, that is his name, and it was Pipe Dream. See, let me tell y'all how much I love y'all. I just wanted to see if it was any more books that he had written because I read like 2 or 3 of his books, but that was years ago. That was, Trisha, if you still in the chat, Trisha, if you still in the chat, the last book I read by him was when I was still living in Greenbelt. So you know how long ago that was. You know when I was living in Greenbelt, girl. Them Greenbelt days. Ooh, child. Solomon Jones. Thank you, baby. See, I love y'all. I wish I could super chat you, Queen Star, for that. I wish I could super chat you, girl. Thank you. I love that. Pipe, yep. It was Pipe Dream. Yep, that's exactly what it was. Young girl growing up in the streets. Was that Fly Girl by Omar Tyree? Was it Fly Girl? Oh, but it only has clips from the miniseries. Damn. Say what again? Wait a minute. Say what again, Lady Nika? You say you do what? You what? You are an unpublished erotic story writer, so Zane don't impress me. Okay, so Lady Nika, about to dig in you. Why you unpublished, boo? Why haven't you published it? If you have finished works, you better put it out there. And while I'm talking to you, I'm pointing the finger at myself because and Trisha, don't call me out in this chat. Trisha, don't call me out in this chat. But I have a book that I need to finish up too. I only got like 2 chapters left to finish this book. But when I tell you I've had 2 chapters for about 7 years, it's embarrassing to admit, but it is the same. It is the truth. Lady Nika, you need to go on and go over to you need to go on over to Amazon Independent and go on and publish you a novella. I'm serious. I ain't even playing about that. You say you are unpublished erotic. You better go on over there and publish. You have a platform too. At the very least, you're going to sell a couple of 100 copies just because you have a platform of people who want to read what you putting out. Child, I'm going to tap that hand. You see me? You see me, Lady Nika? I tap that hand. Bye, Kalani. Thank you for coming through and thank you for the super chat. Thank you, baby. Dark Chocolate Lady Nika not going to let us read a chapter 2 because Lady Nika is going to go publish it and we're going to buy it. You know what, Lady Nika? I can respect what you just said because I think that's the same reason why I've been sitting on my last 2 chapters. So I can respect that. I can absolutely respect what you just said because I feel this. I really feel like there's something because the thing is this in my head, I know how the book is going to end. The book is done. Every time I sit down to finish it, I let myself get distracted and get pulled away. And the next thing I know, it's 2 or 3 months later. So I 120% feel you, boo. I feel you. I feel you. You know, I feel you. That's all I can say is I 100% feel you, baby. Yes, Carolyn, you do need to go get Spiller Boy's books, girl. But nah. Yes, Lady Nika, we're going to encourage each other. We're going to encourage each other, okay? Because you probably sitting on some good stuff over there, Lady Nika. If you say Zane don't impress you, you must be sitting on some good stuff over there. But I understand that's easier said than done too, Lady Nika. I do. I'm messing with you, but everything I'm saying to you, I'm throwing it back at me. Now that would be good. Now, Lady Nika, that is a good idea. Rochelle just said you could do a reading on a live, do like a reading of like a chapter right before it's getting ready to come out, and then let everybody go over there. He said I'm gone for real this time. Well, another super chat. Oh, thank you, baby. Oh, I must get your work published for all those who write. Get it done. Reading is fundamental. One more supporter for you. Oh, thank you so much. Okay. I said I was going to finish it this summer. And when my computer broke down, that kind of, let me tell y'all what really happened. Well, part of it, this is an excuse, not a reason. Okay. I'm telling y'all now, this is an excuse. A couple of years ago, probably about maybe 6 years ago now, the hard drive crashed on the computer I had at the time. And I didn't lose the book. I didn't lose it because I had it in enough places. But I lost all of the digital copies of the book. So at this point, I have to retype the whole book. I have found like in old emails where I have emailed chapters to myself or email stuff to people for them to read for me and kind of proofread stuff for me. I have found like most of it on digital, right? So that's the other thing that I keep sitting down going, oh man, I don't feel like typing this whole thing again. But I'm going to get it, y'all. I'm going to get it together. I have television I've been working on and have been lazy. A television pilot. I'm copywritten, never got published. Okay, see, we got a whole lot of people in here that need to jump on it. We need to encourage each other. You thought Zane was lame? Oh, well, Lady Nika, I need to read what you got, girl. You thought Zane was lame? Danny, you too. And I can talk to you because you my little sister. So I can talk to you for real, like you get it together. Exactly, Regina. Just listening to Lady Nika tell some stories, honey. You know. You don't trust proofreaders. Well, there were people that I trusted. Matter, it's so funny. My aunt texted me, and she was actually doing some editing for me at one time. And she just texted me last week and said, I'm going through some stuff, I'm going through purging basically, and I'm throwing some stuff away. And I came across your book. She was like, when are you going to finish it? She just texted me last week. Well, Lady Nika, none of us love it, but you know what happens? I think that and again, I'm pointing the finger at myself while I'm saying this to you. I think that we have to look at what our definition of a success is going to be. At the end of the day, because again, I'm speaking to myself as well, we will be putting out independent work. So we have to define what does success look like for us. Is success getting it out there and selling 100 copies? Is success selling 200 copies? Is success finally just me getting over the hurdle of getting it done and putting it out there? You got to define what success is. Because if you're gonna compare success to Stephen King, then I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm saying that you're putting an unrealistic gauge of success on yourself. You feel what I'm saying? But if you gauge success as getting it done and being able to put something in your hand tangible to say this is mine and that your name is on the front of, that's success, baby. Look, my girlfriend, the book club that we're doing for the book club, this is a friend of mine, and this is self-published, and this is her book that she wrote out of her journey. And that's why I'm really promoting it, and I'm enjoying it though. I'm actually enjoying going through it. But that's why I'm promoting it and stuff, because at the end of the day, if we don't promote each other, who's gonna promote us? You know what I'm saying? My dream job is to be an editor for a publishing company. Let me tell you something. When I was younger, I wanted to start my own publishing company. Boy, I tell you, 50 Cent does have some good books. 50 Cent is crazy as hell too, but that's one don't have nothing to do with the other, I guess. If you don't get a portable hard drive, I'm going to... What is it? I do have a portable hard drive now. Clearly, I didn't have one then. Let me tell you something. Not only did I lose everything that I didn't have on a jump drive, and I did have my book on the jump drive. I can't find the freaking jump drive. That's a whole nother conversation. I lost all my damn pictures from Hawaii. Remember? I don't know if you remember I went to Hawaii. Well, you remember when Leandra went. When me and Leandra went to Hawaii a couple of years ago, I presented at an international conference on education at Hawaii a few years ago, you guys. And all my damn pictures are gone. The only pictures I had left from Hawaii were the ones I had taken on my phone. So all my pictures from Hawaii were gone because I had already deleted them off the card on my camera because I had downloaded them. Child. And I don't know what else I lost. With anything else that I just couldn't think of whatever else I had on that damn computer. And I had that computer for a while. So I lost work stuff, stuff that I had saved just onto my hard drive at work that I didn't save to a hard. But Danny, I have an external hard drive now. Hey, El Teddy. I'm almost 50. I just want to win because they're real experience I worked hard on for years. But I do understand what you're saying, and I take it as food for thought. Yeah, and again, we got to do it for each other. Success should be making your dream of putting your book out, period. The sales secondary, exactly. And that's what you know who said that to me? Spill it, boy. And another really good friend of mine, Trisha, if you're still in the chat, we have a mutual friend, a guy by the name of Jay. He said that to me too. He was like, he was like, success isn't about whether you put the book out. I mean, about how many people buy it. The success is putting the book out. I was like, yeah. Nobody been talking about you, El Teddy. As a matter of fact, we really haven't. But you know what? For my last hashtag, do you want to join in the conversation? I know y'all gonna be like, damn, she always bringing him on her channel, but he fun. That's my boo. My last hashtag. Well, no, we never got to the second hashtag, y'all. We went all around. We done went off on books. Hold on. Let me get caught up on these comments, and then I'm gonna get to the second hashtag. And then El Teddy, if you want to come in for the last hashtag, let me know. Television pilot. But you know what's funny, Jacqueline? I actually have I have a movie treatment that I actually started working on as well. Lady Nika, failure is inevitable, but failure can lead to success. That's part of our journey. Okay. Respect. Jonathan. Hey, Jonathan, how you doing? That's what we did. Self-published. It was easier than most think. Yeah, it's a lot easier than it once was, because when I first started writing that book, which again was a long time ago, I looked into self-publishing, and it is a lot easier than it once was. And it's at 50, it's fine to me. Child. Portable hard drives are the devil. Yeah, I've had a few friends that have had portable hard drives and lost everything on the damn portable hard drive. Jess, honey, the days of the jump drive. I still got a bunch of jump drives. I just can't find the one that got the damn book on it. I have my jump drive from all my grad school stuff. I got a bunch of damn jump drives, but I can't find the one that got the damn book on it. Oh, Lady Nika. Oh, you have a couple on Facebook you can retrieve. Oh, pictures from Hawaii. Yeah. The ones we put on Facebook, yeah. And Leandra has, Leandra took 5,000 gazillion, billion, trillion pictures. She took picture of every flower. She took picture of every. Danny is my little sister. Leandra is one of my best friends. We all knew each other in college. Actually, Leandra is her big sister. Danny really, she my little sister, but she really my little niece, because Leandra is really her big sister, and her official big sister, I should say. Or is Sherry your official big sister or Leandra? I don't even know anymore. And Leandra, honey, she'll take a picture of the picture being taken, picture of the picture to take the picture. Okay. And I know that didn't make no sense, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Just think not all of us have the talent to even put together a book. Well, I think Queen Lorene. Am I saying that right? Lorene was the title of your book. So, Virginia, you sitting on the book too? I thought you were saying 50 is fine. And I'm like, yeah, 50. When I get to 50, I want to be, yes. El Teddy is another one that's got a book he got to finish up. I ain't want to say it, but since he put it out here, I'm going to put it out here now. He another one that need to finish up his book. Maybe we need to start a whole nother YouTube channel. Independent Authors Anonymous. Okay, Trisha says the book is awesome. I read it. I wish she would finish. She talking to me. Trisha has read most of the book. She's read most of it. Child, I would say it to her face. I would say what I just said. I'd say to her face. Hey, Jay Parrish, how you doing, baby? Oh, your real big sister was garbage. Okay, Lily is your adopted big sister. See, all I know is, look, let me tell y'all something. I'm going to say this, and then we're going to get to my second hashtag. So when we were at Bennett, right, I always had the worst roommates. Now, rest in peace. One of my roommates passed away. Former roommates passed away this summer. So I'm going to rest in peace. I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but she was a little touched. She wanted to be Miss America. And I will say this to her credit. She made a career out of pageants. And at her funeral, there were a lot of former Miss whatevers. There was a whole bunch of people there with sashes and crowns, okay? So to her credit, she was able to be in that world. But when I say that she never went to class and all she would do was sit in the room, she bought a TV, just to let you know, that had the built-in VCR built into the TV. And all she would do was sit in the dorm room and watch videotapes of pageants. Like, that's all she would do, is watch pageants. And look, let me tell y'all what happened. So we all started hanging out, and I would hang out in Leandra, the one I told y'all take all the pictures. I would hang out in her room all the time. And that's how I met Danny and all of them, is we all was, one big happy family until we weren't, then we were, then we weren't, then we were. But that's what people do. Just let me know when the book comes out. I know, right? We do. We need to take a retreat somewhere one weekend and just write. That's what we need to do. We just go somewhere, get an Airbnb somewhere. Everybody bring their laptop, and we just gonna write. And when you start getting off topic, be like, get back. IAA chat and support meetings on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I know that's right. Child. Look, all I can do now is try to win my FanDuel and win, because I know good and daggone well I ain't never gonna win. Child. Yeah, you do, Jacqueline. You do. We all do. And I think we all have that same, but it's critique is hard. Like nobody likes to be critiqued. It's a fact of life, but nobody likes to be critiqued. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we can take something positive away from a critique, but nobody really likes to critique. I'll be there to play house mother and feed y'all and keep y'all on track. Okay. I hear you, Miss Abby. Okay, that sounds good. Okay. Sound good. So, okay. So my second hashtag, let me get to this other hashtag, y'all, because I ain't gonna be on here much longer. It's already been an hour. Y'all know I don't usually do over an hour, but we'll do a little few more minutes. So my second hashtag, did y'all hear that story about the girl down in Virginia who lied about some white people cutting her dreads? Did y'all read that? Now she's admitting that she lied. Hey, JJ from the BK. What's up, girl? Y'all heard that story? That's a mess, ain't it? And then Derek Jackson. Y'all know Derek Jackson. I guess he's an author. He always telling black men how to treat a black woman, but whatever. Anyway. He put something under there about Jussie Smollett. Talking about the Jussie Smollett effect. Baby. Jussie Smollett came up under them comments and lit his ass up. Do you hear me? Well, she's saying she lied. So Jaded, I don't know. She's saying she lied. I don't know. Maybe she's saying she lied. But under them comments, y'all go to that. Y'all go to Derek Jackson, JAXSON, DERRICK, baby. Oh, matter of fact, go to the Shade Room. That's where I saw it. It was on the Shade Room. Jussie Smollett came up under his comment and got him straight. He said, my story never changed. He said, now whether you choose to believe me or not, that doesn't change. It was the real Jussie Smollett. It had the blue check mark and everything, honey. It had the blue check mark and everything. Now, if somebody photoshopped that, then they just went through a whole lot of trouble to both Photoshop it. But I believe it's the real Jussie Smollett. Y'all go to the Shade Room. It's on there. There was a surveillance tape that showed the boys were in a different. Yeah. See, and every time somebody lies and gets caught in a lie, I mean, it goes without saying how much that hurts the validity of the next person. It's a shame. It's a shame. And that she lied. And I would really like to know more about why she felt the need to lie and her motives and all that good stuff. But yeah, you thought it was something up with that story too? Yeah, it was a mess. Yeah, it was a mess. I wish I knew. I would like to know that too. El Taddy. Hold on. Ain't nobody got time for this. Nobody got time for this. Crying for attention. No, Jussie Smollett's story never changed. The people. Hey, do you? Hey, girl. Hey, what you eating, Danny? You sound tired. You want to talk about the California rule about the NCAA? I can. Do you want to? If you don't want to, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. No, it don't matter to me. I'm just sitting here watching the live. I didn't even know I was behind. You calling me? This L Teddy, y'all. All right, I'm gonna send you the link so you can talk about this last hashtag. Y'all, you see how they give me a hard time? Jaded, you still in the chat, Jaded? You home from work? Now, Jussie needs to stay quiet for real. Once again, it puts more anger against the racists. Let me say this. I do think he needs to just be quiet. Jussie just needs to be quiet. Now that I agree with. He need to just go on, sit down, and wait for people to forget. Don't keep reminding people. Now I'm a person. I believe Jesse. Don't nobody jump down my throat. I believe Jesse. Hey QI, hey boo. Now QI, I heard you cut up Saturday night. Now I heard you cut up a little bit Saturday night, QI. Regina, you leave my boo alone. You leave my boo alone. Hey, girl. Hey. I do believe Jesse. Now let me tell y'all. Let me put a caveat here. Jaded, did you read up on that California the law that California just passed in reference to the NCAA and student athletes? Have you read up on that? You want to talk? You want to come on here and talk about it for a few minutes, or are you not camera ready? You know, Jaded is very particular about how he come on camera. He's very particular about how he comes on camera. Let me put the caveat on me believing Jesse Smollett. Okay, let me put the caveat on it. Me believing Jesse Smollett is this. Because if you take away, because again, people say his story changed. His story didn't change. A lot of what was put out by the Chicago PD made it seem as if, made it seem as if his story changed. But if you go back to Jesse Smollett's statement, he never changed his statement. He never changed his story. The Chicago PD put out a lot of information that was false, that wasn't accurate, that wasn't true. Now, do I think that there's more to the story that he's not telling us? Absolutely. I do think it's more to the story. Now that I believe. I do believe it's more to the story, but I don't think it's as simple as he just lied. Now I think it's more to the story. It is more to the story. Say what? See, I love me some Jesse, but that story was just too much for me not to question, especially the first description of the guys, then seeing the real guys. Well, because like even the Make America Great Again, Jesse Smollett never said they had on Make America Great Again hats. He didn't say that. All right, I'm going to bring El Teddy on so he can tell y'all the name of his book. And we're going to talk about the last hashtag, and then we're going to get up out of here, y'all. The last hashtag was about the NCAA. What's up?
What up? What up?
Oh, look at you. Oh, I'm so jealous of you. You out there in the sunshine. It's all dark here already.
Yeah, the sun is quickly going down quickly.
And I hate daylight savings, and it's about to be daylight savings. I hate daylight savings. Ugh.
It is quickly going down. It'll probably be down by the time we get off this live.
Lady Nika, I agree. He need to just go on and just be quiet. He just gonna be quiet and hope everybody forget about him.
Now, what had happened? Because in the voice of my good friend QB, what had happened?
What had happened?
Regina and is touched in her spirit by the doll baby in the comment section. Girl.
Oh, Lady Nika makes an excellent point. He really needs to go sit down somewhere. He really needs to go sit down somewhere.
I need to go sit down somewhere. Let me stand up.
Not you, child. Shut up. Anyway. What's the name of your book? Somebody asked the name of your book.
It's called Out of the Loop.
It's called Out of the Loop. Okay. It need to be called I'm Finished.
Out of the Loop.
It need to be called I Am Finished. That's what it need to be called.
I know. Listen, here's the problem. I'm done with everything for the ending. And like I told you, my book, there's going to be 3 endings. You won't, and I already have my my cover artist has already worked on the cover art, and there'll be 3 different covers based on which cover you get. There will be a different ending. You won't know which ending was the correct ending until you get the sequel. So
that's a very interesting thought. Okay.
And so I know what the endings will be. I just want the. I'm never satisfied. The insatiable part of my writing says that I will write something and then just say, nah, it didn't quite do what I wanted to do, and then just delete it all. And I've let my best friend read some of the endings, and he gets so upset with me when I say, oh, I deleted it because I wasn't satisfied.
Ebony said, Ebony said, Ebony said, I'm sorry. Ebony said, or call it Shondo, a tale of a tripod hoe. Ebony, you made him come off the screen. You made him come off the screen. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was hilarious. Ebony, that was hilarious. Oh my gosh. I wasn't ready. Oh, I wasn't ready. Oh my goodness. Ebony, you didn't shut him up. You didn't shut him up. He don't have a comeback. He don't have a comeback. Look, he done left. He done left. Well, I guess I'll be doing the last hashtag by myself. Oh my gosh. Whoo, Ebony. Whoo, that thing was funny. Oh, that thing was funny. Oh, Ebony. El Teddy, if you don't bring your butt back on here, I know you still in the chat. Bring your tail back on here. Oh my God. Whew. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I have to do the last hashtag by myself, y'all. He done left. He done left. Should I call him, y'all, and see if he gonna come back? Ebony, you done shut El Teddy up. Oh my gosh. You have shut El Teddy up, Ebony. I didn't think that was possible. Oh, Shondo, the tale of a tripod hoe. Oh, that thing was some kind of funny. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me try to get him back. I hope he's not mad for real. Whew. He is not that thin-skinned. Oh. Y'all, he ain't answering the phone. Oh, he sent me the voicemail. He sent me the voicemail. He ain't answering the phone. He sent me the voicemail, y'all. Oh my God. Okay. El Ted, if you don't get your ass back on here, I know you in the chat. Get your ass back on here. Get your ass back on here, El Teddy. I'm gonna try to call him one more time, y'all, before I move on. He know he better get his. Don't feel bad, Ebony. He is not that thin-skinned. Ebony, he is not that thin-skinned. Do not feel bad. You know good daggone well he ain't thin-skinned like that. He is not thin-skinned like that. Oh Lord. He not answering no phone. Maybe not. Maybe y'all, he just sent me the voicemail again. Maybe I do feel bad. All right, I'm gonna call him back later. Maybe I don't know. He is not that thin-skinned, though. He is not that thin-skinned, but you're right, Regina, baby. He had something else going on, and he had to get off. Because he is not that thin-skinned, y'all. Y'all know he not. Y'all know he can clown with everybody. He is not that thin-skinned. But anyway, so the last hashtag, talking about, here he come, y'all. Here he come. Here he come. Hold on. Wait a minute. I think he coming back. Hold on. Come on back here, El Teddy. Come on, boo. So the last hashtag is dealing with California just passed a law allowing student athletes to have agents and to secure endorsement deals. And they're saying that this could be a prequel to a he is not sensitive. El Teddy. El Teddy. El Teddy.
Mm-hmm.
I know you hear me talking to you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The chat thought that you were upset. They thought you were upset. El Teddy, it's nothing wrong with it. Y'all ain't nothing wrong with him. He had to go gather himself. That might be what it is. He had to go gather himself. Ebony about to get red. That's what it is. He come look at him. Look, the bright look. He thinking. Look, he thinking.
No. I am purposely going off camera because I'm still in work mode and my vibe is really geared toward that. I was going to go to it and channel a dark place where I would have been very harsh and people would have been angry with me. And I had several retorts that were about to roll off of the tongue. But if I would have done that, I would have hurt people's hearts and spirit. People would have called them low blows and people would have said that I was a horrible person. So as not to do that to people, I removed myself. I am not thin-skinned. I just have very well-placed and well-designed retorts that are not always politically correct and are not always palatable. And so as I come out of work mode back into lighthearted El Teddy mode, yeah, I said, oh, let me get off camera before I let something roll off my tongue that people gonna be touched in their spirit and upset about.
Well, we don't want nothing rolling off your tongue.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want nothing rolling off your tongue. But when you come out of El Teddy work mode, you know that was some fun. That was funny as shit. You know that was funny as shit. Anyway, see them off camera again. Come on, El Teddy. Let's go on and talk about this last hashtag. What you feel about California passing this law that so that student athletes can be represented by an agent and even secure endorsement deals? What you feel about that?
Smoke and mirrors. It doesn't even take effect until 2023. And the NCAA is going to fight it vehemently. And the law doesn't do anything. The law just allows a mechanism where which it can happen, but the law doesn't enact anything. It just says that it's possible. Now, what the NCAA will do is the NCAA will say, okay, you want to do that? So then we will make all, because the NCAA is a private entity and it'll tell California, well, you must be going to start your own thing and do like Notre Dame does and some other schools and choose not to be a part of any conference and choose not to be a part of what we have going on. And they won't make them bowl eligible for anything. That will remove them from all of the awards, accolades that individual athletes get. That will make them not eligible for any bowls. And like I said, it was smoke and mirrors because all they did was pass a law that simply states that it's possible if we want to. We can. It's just like in Florida. When Florida passed the law a couple months ago that says teachers can have guns in the classroom. It doesn't say all schools have teachers with guns in the classroom. It just says, well, if you want to, it's possible by law. And so that's what this says. It's smoke and mirrors. It's a politician's way to try to garner some votes from liberals. And they really didn't do anything, but they're going to make a big spectacle and fanfare of it as if they did a whole lot. It means nothing.
See, okay, I hear what you're saying, and I hear everything you just said, but I think it could be a prequel to. I definitely think it's going to a higher court. It's absolutely going to be. The NCAA is absolutely going to fight it. It's absolutely going to a higher court. But you don't think it cracks open the back door just a little bit for there to be the compensation for student athletes? You don't think at all?
Absolutely not. Because for as much money as the NCAA makes, which is quite a bit, the number of athletes that there are in the NCAA as compared to the NFL is exponentially greater.
Right.
Exponentially. You
Right.
have, and how do you make it equitable when you have some even Division 1A schools that struggle to sell all of their tickets, whereas you have other schools that always sell out. um, and you have different stadium size. It just really wouldn't be equitable. Then, if you're going to do that for just football, well, then I might be a soccer player that says, well, I need to be compensated as well because I work just as hard and I wear the name of the school as well. Because see, people are only thinking about the repercussions to football, but you got to think this is NCAA. So now you're talking every sport. You're talking about badminton. You're talking about table tennis. You're talking about, of course, football, basketball, track, baseball. But these are the ones that people think about. What about all of the other sports and the niche sports? All is so many things that the NCAA has that falls under its umbrella. That when you start to talk about who's going to be compensated, what? I mean, it's just like when you go to most Division I schools. Yeah, football and basketball and baseball may make the lion's share of the money, but they distribute that money across all athletic teams, men and women across the university equally. And so is that going to be done in this case? Because then that football player might say, well, I done earned the bulk of the money, so why should I share my money with the table tennis guy who ain't making no money? And there's so many things, so many rules, so many things that go to play. Even if they didn't fight this, the likelihood of it actually happening is slim and none. And Slim is on life support.
I hear you, and your points are all valid. I don't know, because I believe that student athletes should be able to make money off of their likeness, off of their, like, I get what you said that the NCAA is more than just basketball and football. Like, I get that. But if a school is making millions of dollars off of my name and my number, I feel like they should get a percentage of that. I'm sorry, whether that be a golf shirt or a football jersey. If they're making money off of me, I feel like I should have compensation for that. Now, and I also don't feel like it should be a problem for me to have representation. I don't think it should be a problem for me um to secure endorsement deals before I graduate. Like, again, I don't think it's a problem. I think it is a travesty that a student athlete that's following the rules. Let me be clear, that is following the rules, can't even take a subway across town because they don't have no money. Like, I just think that's a problem. And especially when the school is making millions of dollars off of them. Like, I don't know. I hear what you're saying, and I'm not arguing the valid, like that. I'm not saying it will be easy, but I just think that I just think they need to come up with something. I'm sorry. I think they need to come up with something for the athletes. Okay. Yep, they will put the scholarship and grants and banned any school who enacts the ruling, and they're going to say students in California are getting an unfair advantage in another state school. Yeah. And Danny lives in California, so you probably have a little bit more.
I mean, but then that's the other part of it too. Then that becomes unfair because if there's not a blanket sweeping rule across the fruited plains, then you're going to have this exodus of students trying to get to California schools because they want to get paid. And now that there's going to be an unfair advantage in that. That takes out the whole amateur part of it.
Yeah, but I mean, I get that, but my thing is, then I don't think that the school should be able to make money. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just
The
that's me. And I
school,
mean,
well,
and
I
maybe
think
I'm
that the schools to
oversimplifying
a
it,
certain
but
degree do have to make money. And I don't want, and I think a lot of times it's really sensationalized, because being someone, I mean, my major in college in undergrad was sports medicine and kinesiology. So I worked with athletes all day, every day. So I have and I was at a Division 1A school. So I have quite a bit of, insight and knowledge about this. So a lot of it is sensationalized for media. For a college athlete to tell you, oh, I have nothing to eat, they're lying. They're lying.
no, I didn't say that.
Now,
I didn't say that. I
no,
didn't
no,
say
no.
nothing
What
to
I'm
eat.
saying
I
is,
didn't
I'm
say
not
that.
saying that you said that. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is some of the stories are sensationalized for the purpose of feeding whatever narrative. Now, I'm not saying that there are outliers and certainly that it never happens. Sure, but there are outliers for any and everything. But by and large, if you are an athlete somewhere, especially if you play the big four sports, I don't buy it. Nowhere in America. I don't buy it
No,
nowhere. Now,
no,
what about
no.
little Johnny also, who's also starving in school? I mean, that's a part of the college experience as well. We are all starved and ate the ramen noodles in college, and ain't nobody writing stories about us.
Yeah, but
And some
nobody
of
was.
us,
Yeah, but nobody was wearing a jersey with my name on their back, and the school wasn't making
but
a
you got
million
some.
dollars
I'm
off
gonna
those
give you
jerseys
another
either.
example. You got
Hey,
people.
it's
I'm gonna
Shay.
give you a perfect example. What about people who play in the band, who have
But
just as many hours practicing and wearing the same school uniforms like everybody else and ain't getting a dime
but if you
and
play in the
really do
band,
struggle?
but if you play in the band, you can go like Danny said in the chat. If you play in the band, you can go get a job. You can work.
And so can a football player.
No, they cannot. No, they
Why
cannot.
can't they?
They
Why
cannot.
can't they?
They
Yes,
can't
they
go work.
can.
No, not because
There are
not what you.
parameters for that. There are parameters for that in the language of the NCAA. They absolutely can. There are parameters on that, certainly, but they absolutely can. They can be gainfully employed. What they can't do is take handouts, but they can get a job and be gainfully employed. They can't
Okay,
be employed for football. You know what I'm saying? They can't go work for the USFL or Canadian Football League, but can they have a job and work and be gainfully employed? They certainly can. They certainly
okay.
can. That's what I'm
So
saying. They can't. They just can't do anything where they take money for free, or they do anything involving that sport where they are being compensated for their actions on the field.
well, let me say this. My understanding, and I clearly you can correct me, but that's my understanding that with those full scholarships like that, that they cannot have a job. Now, again, and Danny in the chat is saying something similar. So maybe my understanding is skewed of that. I get that. But my understanding is that when they have those full scholarships, especially at those Division 1 schools, maybe it's the level of commitment. I don't know. And I know you went to a Division 1 school and you worked. So I'm not negating your experience. I'm just saying, from my understanding, that is not, that is something that is not. And again, I could be wrong. Maybe my understanding is wrong. Maybe my understanding is wrong.
And the thing about it is, and certainly for example, it depends on the level of the athlete. It depends on the school's responsibility to that athlete, because it always out. If
Hey,
there's an
Ariel.
athlete, if there's an athlete for I'll give you an example. If I'm the starting quarterback at Clemson, you are probably going to fall within the confines of the strictest guidelines. But what comes with that is you have nutritionists, you have the best meal plans, you have everything afforded to you so that you do not have to work. But as it goes down, certainly, and what they do oftentimes for those individuals is they have other programs like work study or other compensatory programs and assistantships and different things that they can do with which to be compensated. off field within the university system. So, and technically they are gainfully employed because they are earning compensation and the wage, but it is designated and specified through NCAA rules and regulations and so forth. And there's a scale for that, and there's different layers and tiers to what a school can do based on the type of scholarship you have, the amount of money or the percentage that scholarship goes toward your fees at the university, so forth and so on.
Okay, so then, because now we got different people in the chat saying different things. So my understanding is it's sort of what my understanding was. I guess maybe oversimplifying it by saying they can't work, but I do, I know that I guess ultimately my bottom line is that I feel like these athletes should be able to profit if the school is profiting. I'm not saying that the school should not be able to profit off of them because the school is making an investment in them. That's not what I'm saying. But I do feel like, and again, like I said, I don't care whether it's a golf shirt, whether it's a soccer jersey, I don't care. And I know that there's some sports that nobody gives a damn about. I get that too. But I just feel like if the school is building these billion-dollar stadiums and these state-of-the-art, facilities off the backs of these athletes, I think the athletes should be able to be compensated. Now, I'm not saying
I'm not saying that I agree wholeheartedly that the system is awful, and I agree that they should have been paying athletes a long time ago. However, specifically to the California law, it is smoke and mirrors, because even the law itself does not do anything. The law doesn't say, the law just says in the state of California, if we wanted to, we could compensate student athletes. That's all it says. But am I gullible enough to believe that the behemoth that is the NCAA is going to allow for that to happen, or there's some backdoor way for this to turn into compensation for college athletes? I'd be gullible enough to think that in the next 10 years, racism is going to be eliminated in these yet to be United States of America. And I'm not that gullible. And so that's what I'm saying. I think that it would be great, but we know the NCAA. We know how they roll. We know how they work.
Yeah. And I'm not going to
say. And one last thing, I'm going to let you go. I would feel like there was a mechanism for that if the NCAA, not the NCAA, this state of California law had already thought it out and had parameters and had, different provisos and different things set up for this to be kind of a model that they might can tweak. But this is none of that. And that's why I say it's smoke and mirrors. They didn't set out anything. They didn't do anything to move the needle. They just said, oh, if we want to, we can do it. And that won't be for another 3 years. Now, hopefully, 3-4 years, hopefully in the next 4 years, maybe they will figure something out. But right now, it's smoke and mirrors. That governor might not even be in office by the time this is enacted.
Well, so this is how I look at it. I look at it as the state knows that. And I look at it as the same way Georgia and Mississippi and these other states passed those strict abortion laws only for the purpose of going to the Supreme Court to be able to overturn Roe v. Wade. I see this as a mechanism that is used to create this law that they know the NCAA is going to sue. They know it's going to go to a higher court. And I believe that they feel like they have enough ammunition to put those parameters in place. That's what I think they're doing. I don't think that they believe that this law would be a fix all. I don't believe they thought that, because like you said, it's not clear enough. It's too gray. I get all of that, but I that's how I took it. I took it as them using this as the mechanism to get to where they ultimately want to be. That's how I'm looking at it. But
I would be with you. But the difference between what the state of California did and what those states like Georgia and Texas and Mississippi did, the states like that said, oh, well, we have strategic things put in place. We have these laws. We have these rules enacted they had already figured out what they wanted to do. California ain't figured out nothing. They ain't figure anything out. And that's why I say the governor is looking for a photo op. They haven't figured out anything. And so that's why I say it's smoking. If you really go and read the language behind it, and it is smoke and mirrors. And I would have loved for them to have come up with something beautiful where we could, really put teeth behind it and go combatively at the NCAA and say, no, we already figured it out. This, and this is how it can happen. But when they didn't do that and they left it open, now you've given the NCAA now you've made them upset, and the whole monster is going to come at you, and they're going to negate and be ready for anything that you have in place now, that you try to put in place, I should say.
Okay. I hear you. I thank you for your time, sir. I'm gonna let you go on and finish decompressing, and get ready for your Love and Hip Hop Hollywood.
I'm actually not going to even be able to watch it because the boo is about to come through and give me a good feeling. Certain people tried to bring me down.
Lord. Ain't nobody trying to bring you down.
Oh, I didn't say you tried to bring me down. Oh, I didn't. But I'm side-eyeing even though I can't see the chats.
Ain't nobody. They just look. They used all they did was threw your own words back at you. They said the name of your book should be called Shondo with a tripod. What was it? Shondo with a tripod something. He done got up off here again. All right, y'all. I'm about to get off here anyway. Go ready, watch my Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Thank y'all for coming through. And Ebony, don't you feel bad? Don't you feel bad? Send him a text. Go on, send him a text, Ebony. You ain't do that, girl. It was funny. He would have laughed. I think Regina might be on to something, what she said in the chat earlier. But thank y'all for coming through. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate El Teddy is a 49ers fan. He's a big time 49ers fan. About to watch. Oh yeah, Queen Supreme Court and Patty Pie Man. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I can't get his name out, but he's gonna be on there tonight. Okay, keeping up with YouTube. All right. Thank you, Lady Nika. I did too. I had a good time with y'all tonight. Thank y'all a lot. And thank y'all for the super chats. And I appreciate everybody. And I'm going to go on and get off of here so I can get a couple of reviews done tonight, honey, and relax. And I will talk to y'all later.